Plants are sessile organisms, which means that they don't have the option to move away or run away from different dangers or threats. So in order to survive, a lot of the plants have adapted to different threats and dangers by modifying their bodies and the way they tackle different dangers. In this lecture, we are going to be focusing on all these modifications and other ways in which plants defend themselves. Defense in plants is an important aspect because plants have to stand their ground and they have to face different biotic and abiotic dangers. Plants generally have two different kinds of defense mechanisms. The first one is constitutive defense or defenses, and the second one are the induced defense mechanisms. Constitutive defense mechanisms are those which are already present in the plant at all times. For example, you see these thorns in this plant and they're always present in the plant because it is a constitutive defense mechanism. Induced defense mechanisms are those that are produced when there is a direct danger to the plant. So they are not always present in the plant and they need to be induced or they need to be produced whenever needed by the plant. Another constitutive defense mechanism is the production of spines by some plants. As you see in these two pictures here, you see this cactus is having very sharp spines, and so is the case with this other plant as well. The spines protect these plants from different grazing animals. Some plants have the ability to shrink. For example, mimosa. Shrinkage is meant to scare the grazing animals away. Some plants have the ability to produce latex, which is a milky substance secreted by the plant when insects start feeding on them or different grazing animals start feeding on them. The purpose of latex production is to seal the wound or to entomb or capture the feeding insects. Quite amazingly, there are other plants that are producing different trichomes that are loaded with different poisonous substances which themselves function to scare the feeding insects away or even kill them. Some plants, for example, different conifer species like spruces and pines, have the ability to produce resin. Resin is a kind of sticky substance, as you can see in this picture here, which functions same as latex. When a feeding beetle or insect starts boring into the tree, resin are secreted by the tree. When they harden, they have the ability to entomb the beetle or the invading insect, as you see in the picture here. But if the tree is stressed, or if the tree is less able, or it has a compromised ability to produce resin, for example, in case of a drought, when a tree is stressed, the insect normally is more successful, as you can see in the third picture on the right hand side. So resin is also one of the methods that plants use to defend themselves against different invading insects. There are other methods present as well that the plants use to defend themselves. For example, when there are insects that start attacking a tree, as you see on the left hand side here, you have these larvae that are feeding on one of these trees. The the smaller molecules that get airborne, as you see here, are carried away by the wind to the surrounding trees, and these molecules serve as a signaling, as a messaging signal in order to inform all the neighboring trees to prepare for an imminent threat, which is going to happen when the tree which is currently under attack is dead. So these smaller molecules that are called secondary metabolites are used by plants to do plant-to-plant interaction. So plants have other means of interacting as well in order to exchange messages when there are dangers in the neighborhood. Well, this slide is a continuation of my last slide. The molecules function as a message that is carried by the wind to the next door tree, which is the tree in the middle here, to prepare for the threat that is going to happen when the tree on the left hand side will be dead, and these insects will need another host in order to carry on with their life. So because these volatile organic molecules, or the secondary metabolites that we spoke about in our previous slide, they function to carry the message from one tree to the other. So logically, the tree that is closer to the attack tree will be better prepared compared to the tree that is far away. So in this case, you see the second tree, which is the one in the middle, is going to be well prepared compared to the tree which is far away on the right hand side. So these messages or these organic molecule messages have been proved to be functioning as one of the defense mechanisms in plants. So this is it for this lecture. Thank you very much. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments.